Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Winter Solstice, whatever it is that you celebrate. We are happy to have you here with us at the Die by the Sword podcast. Now, before we get into this year's holiday special, we do want to give our usual shout out to Midnight Syndicate. Once again this year, we are featuring their Christmas, A Ghostly Gathering album. You can check out their music at midnightsyndicate.com and go ahead and check out the Legions of the Night Club while you're there. I am a member of that Legions of the Night Club. It comes with exclusive 25th anniversary merch, giveaways, behind-the-scenes content, early access, and much, much more. We also want to give a shout out to Sword Coast Soundscapes for those awesome ambient sounds. Show just wouldn't be the same without those. You can always check out our website as well, diebytheswordpodcast.com. Get yourself some merch, check out some cast bios, see the few character sketches we do have on there. We are looking to update some of those character sketches, so be on the lookout for those into the new year. All right, let's get into this holiday special. Once again, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and we hope you all have a very happy New Year. Hey everybody, happy holidays.
Hey, Merry Christmas.
Hey, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. You know, whatever floats your boat.
Happy Hanukkah, Happy Winter Solstice, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Festivus. I'm sure there's a lot more that I'm forgetting.
Now I know why people stick with Happy Holidays.
It's easier.
That's right.
Umbrella term.
All encompassing.
Mm-hmm. So what you guys doing for the holidays?
Same thing we do every year.
Try to take over the world?
Yes.
Eat menudo and tamales.
Well, tamales. I don't like menudo.
Oh, that's right. You, forgot about that.
I mean, always willing to retry it, but every time I've had it, it is not for me.
Oh, it's so good. I can't wait.
So, are you making menudo for New Year's?
I'm actually probably going to buy it because the few times I've made it,
It stinks up your whole house.
well, it does. Yeah, that. And then it's come out like okay, but not as good as like I could probably buy it at a few different places around here. Better than some of the places, but not as good as like the good places.
I don't know that I've ever had menudo.
What?
Nope.
Oh,
Me
my
either.
God.
I'd be willing to try it, just never had it.
I've only had it once, and that was a long time ago, so I can't remember what it tastes like.
Tastes like heaven. You put a little lime in there.
If heaven was made of guts and feet.
Wait, it's not?
Whose feet are we talking?
Pig's feet.
I mean, I'm sure it can't be any worse than haggis.
That's probably true.
It's like haggis soup.
No, I've had haggis. I distinctly remember haggis, so it can't be anything like that.
But hey, the fried haggis we had this last time, not so bad.
Because you fried it.
You fry anything, yeah. I'll fry my shoe, and it'll probably be passable.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Keith, what you doing for Christmas?
I get to spend them with the in-laws.
Oh, is that good or bad?
It's all right.
It's all right.
They're coming from Kansas City, so they'll be here for a week.
Oh, are they staying with y'all or?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yep. So I get to babysit the in-laws a little bit.
Nice. It's nice, but it's also kind of rough because like no matter who they are, like even if you really love the person, like having somebody just disrupt your routine for a whole week is like kind of, it can be a little stressful.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And last year, if you remember when Southwest whole system went down, they were
Oh
here.
yeah.
And so they
Oh,
stayed here
lovely.
3 extra days.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So by that time, we were like, get out.
Like, have you considered renting a car?
Right. Yeah. It's not that far to Kansas City. Go ahead.
Yeah.
It'd be
But,
planes, trains,
yeah.
and automobiles.
Yeah. So, but no, it should be fine. It should be good. But yeah, I'm just staying here and spending time with them.
Right on. Right on.
Fun times. I'll actually have my family up here this year, but they're staying in an Airbnb, so they're not actually staying at the house.
Where's your family from?
My mom lives in Waco. My sister and brother-in-law live in Houston, and
Oh.
my nephew lives in San Marcos.
Gotcha. So from all around Texas.
Yeah, I will be going to Houston, Texas. Staying with the in-laws. Mm-hmm. Should be fun.
Oh. So you'll be the imposition.
Totally.
The imposition.
Normally that's us. We normally go to Houston for at least Christmas or Thanksgiving, but this year it didn't work out for either one, unfortunately, to go to the in-laws.
Yes, and no one expects the freckled Inquisition. Yeah.
Imposition?
So something else fun we're doing for the holidays is we're doing a holiday special.
Oh yes, this is
Yay.
true.
We are.
Yay!
Yeah, this
Which
isn't a
is-
normal show.
A time to be happy, but also a time to be sad because we're missing our buddy.
We are. Daniel
True.
could not join us for this episode, but hopefully he'll be back for the next episode.
Yes,
Prepare.
because we will need him for the next episode because we're trapped with him. Exactly.
I mean, hey, I can always write characters out, just saying.
Oop.
Well, I mean, we
Don't die!
we don't know when next week's going to drop, so no spoilers.
It's
True.
true.
This one jumps up to the front of the line.
Well,
It does.
only because there's a holiday coming up.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
It-
yeah, that's true.
It has a specific time of year for this one to release.
Unless we do it in like February for Lunar New Year.
True. But the theme of this one might be a little weird if we do it for Lunar New Year.
True.
Now, had we done like the werewolf stuff with, full moons and stuff, that might have been good for Lunar New Year.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that was good. I like that.
And who knows? Some of them might have actually released around that time. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, huh?
I don't keep track of when all these release. Actually, I do. I have a whole spreadsheet of when they've release dates are, but doesn't mean we always follow them. But I've got that tracker of when they release.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes we're close.
We try. We're busy people, and editing takes a long time.
If you remember.
If you remember.
Yes.
But yeah, the other unique thing about this episode, besides it just being a holiday special, I'm not actually running this episode.
What?
They have a new GM.
Mm-hmm. I finally get to play.
Yay!
So
been
John will
84
actually
years.
be taking the reins for this one.
Yes. So it'll be slightly different, but hopefully just as fun.
But John's got
Absolutely.
experience, so don't worry, everybody. We're in good hands.
Yes.
So if this episode crashes and burns, blame John, not me.
Oh no!
So, but this should be good. It is a Christmas themed special as well. So everything is Christmas themed, as well as all the characters are, well, Christmas characters, sort of.
Well, that's sort of. Absolutely Christmas characters. I only see one controversial one on the list.
I
And I
say
think
he's a
that's been
Christmas
settled.
character. I still say he's a Christmas character.
No, it's been settled. It's been settled by the Council of Nicaea, I think.
We had to go that far back?
Yes.
It's very official.
Very, very. So I guess we can kind of go into, or do we want to explain our characters now, or explain them as they come up in the story.
There is a point in this story where they will be able to introduce themselves. But just to get everybody into the mood for this, you all are traveling. You are traveling through towns and the countryside, and you're actually approaching a town called Ambershandy. And it's very, very late. You are looking for lodging and trying to find a place to stay. And, well, Ambershandy is not a huge place, but they do have an inn called the Hearth and the Harp. And that is where you find yourself. And each of you has a lovely little room all to yourself for the evening so that you can pass the time in Ambershandy.
So we're in 4 separate rooms.
You are in 4 separate rooms.
Can I have the first floor, please?
No.
Okay.
They're all upstairs. You will,
Afraid of heights.
and listener, you will find out why he's afraid of heights later. You are in a lovely little inn. Inside your room, you have a nice, neat little bed, a stool next to the bed that has a small unlit candelabra on it. There's a trunk for your things at the foot of your bed, and a coat rack which you can hang your clothes on. There's a window with a small latch. Both sides of it will swing open, but it is a very, very tight fit if you want to go out that window. Please pay your bill.
I instantly look inside the trunk that's in my room.
What's
Give
in your
me a
trunk?
perception roll.
Oh.
12.
12. Oddly enough, what you see inside this trunk is some very old clothing, both men's and women's. These are bedclothes, in case you have forgotten yours.
Perfect. I throw all of them out, and then I climb inside the trunk. That's my bed.
I'm sure you'll look lovely inside of that. Everybody else is also probably getting ready for bed, so you will be changing into your lovely little nighttime attire. And you hear a bump. A thump.
Oh, we got sound effects.
On the eve of winter solstice, night before Nicholas Day, lay in their bed, many sleeping, awaiting tomorrow's hooray. Thump goes the door. And then on the floor, but with not a voice to be found, you raise your head to get out of bed and give you a good look around. Thump at your door. You'd heard it before, a most sudden and awful fright. You lay bundled, and so then fumbled to free yourself in the night. Thump goes your heart, and then with a dart you gather your things that are astrew. When the door knocks once more, just like before, what do you think you will do? Thump, what do you do?
Hey, who's making all that noise out there?
You listen carefully, but you don't hear
Right.
anything.
So I'm going to take one of my javelins and slowly open the door.
All right. You reach out, you grab the knob. What are the rest of you doing?
Getting increasingly angry in my room if this noise doesn't stop.
It does not stop. It's very rhythmic. It's continuing.
I've got the,
My character is putting the pillow over his head, trying to block out the sound because he's trying to sleep.
I said, hey, if I have to tell you one more time, I'm coming out there.
It is relentless and will not stop.
as I hear the banging, I'm lifting the lid of this trunk just so my eyes can peek out, staring at the door, getting increasingly angry.
It's still bumping and thumping. Maybe more urgent. It wants you to open the door.
Well, I'm trying. I've got the door. I'm creaking the door open. Javelin ready.
It's beginning to open. What do the rest of you do?
I will stealthily move to the door and stealthily try to open it.
Okay.
I'm just going to go to the door and swing it open. Be like, I swear to God, if you don't stop, and the door's like just swinging wide open.
Yep, same with my character. He throws off the pillows. Who is that making that noise? Throws the door open.
You open the door, and standing before you, or flying before you, is a wooden sword. And it moves in towards you. What do?
Wait, is this just him, or all of us get the wooden sword?
All of you, a wooden sword in front of your door.
And it's just levitating there?
Yes, it is. And it's moving towards you. It's not levitating. It's moving towards you. Picking up speed.
Is it like trying to stab me, or is it just coming at me? Like,
oh yeah, is it
standing
stabby
up?
end or like is it vertical or horizontal?
At first it was vertical, and now it's moved forward. It is pointing at you. Initiative rolls, please.
Well, I rolled an 18.
18. Okay.
I've got a 12.
I have 19.
And I have an 8.
So we have which is your character with the 18 is who?
18 was
Who
Gary.
Gary.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
Okay. 12.
that was me. Other Gary.
Okay. And Philip?
19. Or is it 18? I already lost it.
I think you said 19.
Yep.
It was
We'll go
one
with
above Gary.
We'll go with Philip. Okay, 19. And
I was an 8.
Keith. 8. All right. So the swords actually get to go first. So the sword is going to simultaneously, all at once, slash forward for all of you.
How dare they?
What the heck? What's the problem with his end, bro?
Okay, so starting with Philip, I'm sure your sword misses with a 6.
It does miss with a 6, yes.
Gary, a 23, Gary Garcia.
Oh, that will hit.
So you take 4 points of slashing damage from this sword.
Oh, dang.
Gary, I critted on yours.
Of course you did.
Payback. Honestly, it's a crit. See?
Roll to confirm.
Rolling to confirm. I think it's a miss because I only got a 12.
That is a miss. So it still hits, but it's not a critical.
So lucky you get 5 points of slashing damage from the sword. Okay. Keith, this sword is going to slash at you with a 10, so I'm assuming it misses.
Ooh, that's a miss.
All right. So the swords have done their damage in the middle of the night. So, Philip, what do you wish to do?
Is it gone?
No, it is still there, ready to thrust again at you. What do you do?
Can I grab it?
You can try. Give me a strength roll.
A strength or
acrobatics or athletics to try and get a hold of it.
I was
Or you could try to do just a grapple check.
wondering if it was one of my maneuvers. CMD
Your
or CMB.
CMB versus the sword CMD.
So I'm gonna roll my CM whatever I just said. CMB. And that is an 18.
Ooh.
Be against the sword CMD.
All right, so its CMD is 14. So you actually grab it, and it jerks you into the air.
Oh, it's strong.
Yes,
Okay.
you're dangling. You're dangling about 3 feet in the air. What do you do?
Can I try and break it? Snap it? It's wooden.
It is wooden. You could try.
I think that one might be a strength check since I've already got it. But do I have to wait on my next turn to do that?
You will have to wait till your next turn.
Yeah, because you already use your standard action.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
you're in the air.
Yeah, I'm just floating
Floating by.
there. My fear of heights is starting to kick in a little bit.
Not only are you on the second floor, but now you're above the floor. All right. So,
Don't fall.
Garcia, what are you
All
doing?
right. So I'm in my room, so I can't really see what he did, right? So
No.
I can probably just hear him like struggling. Do I notice anything holding the sword? I mean, is it like, can I see a shimmer or anything like that?
Give me a perception roll.
Oh, all right. Let's roll that beautiful perception. Let's see. How I see perception listed as my skill, but how the hell do I roll it? Oh, there it is. 22.
You don't see anything holding it, but you do see a card attached to a string on the handle.
I'm gonna. What the fuck is this? I'm gonna reach for the card.
Give me a dex roll to see if you get it, if you reach it.
Dex or acrobatics?
Acrobatics will work.
Okay. That is a 12.
A 12. You almost had it, and you can definitely see the word Mark on it.
Like sucker?
No, it just says Mark. That's all you could read when it flew away.
All right, so I'm just like, who the fuck is Mark? And I think that's all I could do, pretty much, right? Yeah.
Yes, you did. Gary, what are you going to do?
This thing's in my face attacking me, so I'm going to reach for my great axe and swipe at it.
Okay.
It's a 20, not natural.
It's definitely a hit.
For 12 points of damage.
Ooh, with a resounding thud, you heard wood suddenly being smacked very hard. All of you hear it. But that sword bounces back and goes back into the air. Keith, what are you doing?
I think I will also try to perceive my sword to see just why it's there and what's causing it to levitate.
Okay.
Okay, perception 14.
14, a little bit better. You do not see anything there. You do see the card attached to the sword.
Okay, so I see the card as well. May I cast Mage Hand to try to go around the sword and grab the letter and bring it back to me?
Ooh,
Sure.
Creative.
Okay. So I will try to do that then.
Do you have a sleight of hand or anything like that?
Let's see. Sleight of hand.
If not, you can use stealth to try and see if you can do this sneakily without it noticing you grabbing it.
Gotcha.
At advantage because it's an invisible hand.
I don't see a sleight of hand, so maybe use the stealth instead.
Yes.
Okay. So stealth roll would be a 18.
You snap the cord on the tag and it flies over to you. And it says, "To the ungrateful, from Mark."
So, okay.
Perfect. So ungrateful.
Right. We can figure out what we did to Mark.
I know, right?
All
And
right.
with that, the swords decide to slash at you again. So, Phillip, again, it misses with a 7.
Yes, it does.
Gary Garcia, we got a critical hit, unfortunately.
You're gonna kill us in the end room, so something this is where it's gonna end.
But you were in luck because I rolled a 13 on the second one.
Whew.
So you only take 2 points of slashing damage. Gary Eoff, a 23. with 2 points more of slashing damage.
Okay.
And Keith, this sword whiffed and missed. It rolled a 1. Let's see what else happened.
Perfect.
Roll to confirm.
I yanked it so hard that it
doesn't
made it
know how
off
to fly.
kilter. Yeah, that's right.
Its second attack was a 21. Or the second roll was a 21.
that hits. Yeah.
That hits. So it's just a fumble. It's just a miss.
Okay.
Not a fumble.
No fumble.
Got it.
So
I do have the crit and fumble deck ready just in case.
yes, we will need that because I don't have that. All right. So Phillip, what are you going to do now? That you're in the air still.
Okay, well,
And this thing is trying to hit you.
everyone's perceiving these cards, so little tiny itty bitty metagaming. I'm gonna try and see if I see this same card.
You can very easily see this card because you've got the handle and it's flapping at you, and it definitely says, "To the ungrateful," from Mark.
Okay, well then I'm gonna go with my original plan and try and snap it.
Okay.
So what is that? Strength check?
Strength check.
22.
With a loud crack, and you hear, the rest of you hear a booming sound as the sword snaps in two, and Phillip, you fall to the ground.
Okay. I don't think that I can do anything else because I don't have. Oops. Can I see anybody else having trouble with the sword?
You can't see them, but you can hear people making noise in the hallway.
Okay, so I'm gonna chunk this to the ground, and just start making my way. I'm gonna go to the left.
To the left.
Yes. And I'm gonna move 20 feet to my left. What do I see? What do I stumble upon?
20 feet to your left, you see another door with Gary Eoff fighting a small sword that is trying to stab him.
Okay, so I can't do anything right now. I just look over, and what do I see when I see Gary Eoff?
You see a probably about 4 foot tall, green, lizard-looking type creature, a kobold, with a white mohawk,
Okay.
and is attacking this sword.
And
Okay,
laughing,
well.
probably.
Yeah, I just look over there, and part of me doesn't want to stop to help because kobolds, they're not always the most lawfully good like me.
Okay.
But someone is in trouble, so I'm going to stick around, and maybe next turn I'll help.
Okay.
All right. Well, Gary Garcia, you're up next. What are you doing with your sword?
Ooh, that's personal. I'm gonna keep on trying to snatch it because this is making me pretty angry. I'm not gonna lie, and I almost had it last time, so I'm just gonna give me that fucking thing. Try to snatch it up again. So what was that? A acrobatics check was it? I forget.
If you're going to reach up to get it, yes. I think we determined it was going to be a CMD.
Yeah. If you're trying to grapple it, it'd be a CMB.
Oh, just the note that I saw.
Oh, just the note? That's acrobatics. If you want to grab that.
All right, that's a 28.
Oh, you easily grab it, snatch it away. The sword flies away from you, but aims back, pointing at you.
That's what I thought. Give me that. And so I'm gonna look at it.
It says, "To the ungrateful," from Mark.
All you guys hear is ungrateful.
And we're moving on to Keith.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me. Wait a minute. Gary, sorry, missed you there. Oop. Gary, Eoff, what are you doing? Your little kobold thing, you.
Yeah. Take another swing with the great axe at this wooden sword. And that is an 18 to hit.
That is enough.
And that is 14 points of damage that time.
You smash the sword in two. It falls to the ground in a clutter. Bang!
And stay down.
Exactly. All right. Keith, what are you doing?
Okay. So I got the note, and it said about the ungrateful. So I will grab my dagger out and try to hit it.
Okay.
Attack is a 20, not natural.
Definitely a hit.
Okay. For 4 points of damage.
You have knocked a chunk, a little bitty chunk off of the sword, and there's some splinters flying away, but it is still there, still flying.
Gotcha.
You've now created little mini swords that are going to come attack you.
Yes.
The splinters just spawn into other like little daggers.
And they're going to spin
toothpicks.
around and come at you. Toothpick to death. And now the two swords are going to attack Keith and Gary. So Gary, a 15 comes slashing at you.
Oh, okay. That's going to be a miss.
Keith, the sword swings at you for another miss at a 6.
Ooh, I'm getting lucky.
Yeah, I'm just like, knock it off.
Phillip, you have walked in on the kobold destroying the sword. What do you do?
Well, he doesn't need my help anymore. So I look at him and say, "Come, we're going to find more people if I still hear ruckus. And then I'm going to keep going."
What about the CD changer on the trunk, y'all?
The next room you come to is a little ways further down. This is Keith's room.
Okay. Is the kobold following?
First of all, do I see the note on there?
Oh yeah, you have, I don't know if you saw it yet.
Yes, you do see the note attached to the hilt of the sword that is on the ground. Give me a perception roll, though.
23.
You see that the sword is covered in runes.
Ooh.
They fancy swords.
And the note attached to the sword says, "To the ungrateful, from Mark."
So yeah, when it gets to my turn, I'll probably follow.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, going that way to just I guess stand next to somebody else while they break the sword, and I do nothing. But
Yes. Could be. You arrive at Keith's room. Keith, what are you doing?
So, I mean, he sees me there. He sees a very Grinch-like character, but known as the Grunch. So he sees me there, and he's just very irritated looking. And I'm trying to sleep, and this thing attacked me. Can you help me?
I think you just have to swing at it once. It's very weak.
Well, I did that, and I hit it, but it didn't stop.
I didn't make a move action. Since I didn't, can I do it?
You moved from one room to another.
Not move action, standard action.
You have not done a standard action, no.
So I take the javelin and I smack it.
Give me a smack.
And then also give the sword a smack as well.
Yes.
And then the sword in game one as well.
Okay, so I don't think that I hit with a 6.
No, you did not.
Yeah.
Your javelin went flying away, and the sword just kind of
Well,
sort of like...
no, I'm doing it in melee. You can do both with the javelin.
Yes.
And
So you tried to poke it. It did not like being poked and moved away.
yeah.
So just hit it, huh? Just hit it, huh?
Well, I snap mine in two. Can you snap yours in two?
Do you see all these splinters? It's in 3 or 4 pieces now.
Oh, that's right. Yours broke apart.
So, Gary Garcia, what are you going to do with your sword now?
Let's see. If I wanted to try to grab the handle of it, is that possible from my angle?
It is possible.
Then I'm gonna try that. Let's do that.
Okay, it's going to be a grapple again, so you need to do the CBD.
Hit this pen.
Hit this pen.
Yeah. All
I
right.
need a return for this.
Well, it's CMB.
Yeah, CMD.
Cash Money
yes.
Brothers.
Yes. Combat maneuver business.
Yeah, there we go.
Let's see. Which one is CMB on this form?
So
it
under
should be in the
your
middle.
attack, where it says maneuvers, you'll see combat maneuver bonus.
Oh, there it is. Yep. Sorry. All right, we are at a 19.
19. That is successful. You do have it.
All right. And so that's my action, right? I'm like, yeah, finally got you, little fucker.
Yes, and it is trying to move away from you, so it might try to lift you off the ground. It's trying. We'll see.
All
Wait,
right.
wait.
We'll see.
I'm in full plate, and it lifted me off the ground. How come he doesn't get lifted off the ground?
It's not its turn yet.
And he's not afraid of heights. So, and the sword is actually going to go ahead and go again, make its attempt. First off, the sword that is attacking the Grunch is going to continue to just attack the Grunch. It is ignoring Hans. An 11.
That's a miss. I got the weak,
sword
the weak
missed.
feeble sword.
You got a weak, feeble sword, yes. The other
There's a pill for
sword
that.
is going to continue to attack Gary's character. He's first going to try to break away from the grapple. What would be a breaking away? A strength?
You could do another
Isn't it
CMD against
CMD?
his CMD, or you can use Escape Artist.
We'll use Escape Artist. That'll be more fun.
Oh.
So 14 on Escape Artist.
And he's beating my what?
CMD.
CMD. Okay, so my CMD, and I have to roll that. Let's see what we're going to get here.
Your CMD is just, it should just be a number. You don't roll anything for that one. It's
Yeah.
kind of like AC.
Right, okay, it's total is 20.
Oh, it does not escape.
Yeah, that's what
So
I
it
thought.
continues to fight. So it is trying. So the kobold is arriving at the other room where the Grunch and Hans are looking at the sword trying to kill the Grunch. What do you do?
Well, so I've got the pieces of the sword that he said had runes on it, and I've got the note, and the others can see that I'm slowly trying to sound out what the note says.
So he's
and
got
it's
him
not
in his
going-
arms, like in bunches, and he's just reading as he walks.
Yeah, basically. And it's not going well.
To
Reading is not his strong suit.
To Tahi. Unfur. Yeah, that's where it's going.
But he turns the corner and sees another sword in here attacking someone, and he throws the sword he just drops it and grabs his great axe and goes to attack the other one.
Okay.
That's an 18 to hit.
That is a hit.
Where did it go? There it is. For 13 points of damage.
You do some hefty damage to the sword, but it is still flying. It's not as weak as it looks.
So the Grunch looks at him and says, Look, that's how you do it right there. That's how you do it. See?
And with that, it's Han's turn. What are you going to do?
Swing immediately.
At the sword or at the Grunch?
At the sword closest to the Grunch.
Like my sword at the Grunch.
Still no good. 8.
Definitely a miss. Now, for the Grunch, since you're in the room,
Scheisse.
what do you do?
All right. So, I mean, he just nods his head, just wow, that's terrible. And then he grabs his dagger and swings, trying to upstage his friend or this person that walked in. So let's see if we
Friend
can
is a
hit it.
loose term, yes.
Right, yeah. That is a critical 23.
Definitely a hit. Roll for confirmation.
Okay. It's only a 6. So just a hit.
Okay.
Not critical.
Not critical, but yes.
Okay. For 4 more points of damage.
Wow, the Grunch is in luck because that is exactly what is necessary in order to kill this sword, which then falls to the ground.
Nice. Okay. That'll teach you to mess with my sleep.
Ah, you killed it.
So, Gary, you're all alone in your room. What are you doing with this sword that you now have? Grappled,
I'm gonna
but
take
it wants to escape.
All right, yeah, so I'm wrestling with a sword, and I'm just going to try to just ram it through the nearest wall.
Okay. This is going to be a strength because it's going to try to resist it. So give me a CMD roll.
CMD roll? Okay.
I think it's CMD.
Wait, no. My
Is it
CMD
strength?
CMB.
Or CMD?
CMB.
All right.
Yeah,
let's
CMB.
see. Gross. It's a 10.
That is not enough. The sword is resisting and it is not going into the wall.
Okay.
The sword is going to attempt to escape again. With a 15 this time, which means it is not escaping. So what did the rest of you do?
I mean, is he keep going down the hall, or was he to my right, so I have to go all the way back?
No, he's in the next room over.
All right, so we head on over, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Are there runes on this sword, too, that was attacking the Grunch?
Yes, they are. And they're the same.
I start collecting all the pieces. But then follow them.
You arrive at the room, and you see Gary's character trying really hard to hit the sword into the wall and keeps missing.
It's like, hey, is this one of yours? One of you guys?
Phillip, what do you want to do? Hans, what are you doing?
Concentrating the hardest I've ever concentrated in my life to hit this stupid sword.
And the Grunch behind him, he's hitting Gary's character. He's like, watch this. Watch it.
Oh. It is a natural 20.
Ooh.
22 total.
Ooh. Roll to confirm.
16.
That is not enough. Unfortunately,
Well,
it's
it's a hit.
just a hit.
It's a hit. And I hit it for 5 points of piercing damage.
You do some damage to it, and it is still resisting the other character's hit grip. So, not very good. It's continuing to fight. So Gary Garcia, what do you do?
I'm going to try the same thing. I'm going to try to ram this thing right through that wall again.
Okay.
It was the CMB, right? Yeah.
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Yep.
Damn it. It's a 12.
Nope. Not enough. It keeps resisting.
And a side question, do I know who a mark is?
Give me a knowledge local.
Knowledge local. All right.
Can we all give knowledge local to see
Yes.
if any of us know it?
Yes.
11.
The Grunch
You do
rolled a
not.
19.
Oh.
I don't have knowledges.
Sorry. Hans is new here. He has no knowledge of this area.
It's
I know
okay, Stripe
nothing.
doesn't either.
Okay, so none of you have an idea, but the Grinch has an idea. Magnus, the guy who runs this inn, he would know who this Mark person is.
Okay. Magnus. Okay.
So, Gary, what are you doing with your... you've tried to do the sword, it didn't happen. So, the kobold. Stripe, what are you going to do?
I walk into this room, see another sword flying in the air. I drop all the pieces of swords that I have, and then go for the great axe attack on the sword that's flying. Ooh. 23 to hit.
Oh, it's definitely a hit.
I'm very angry with this thing for waking me up. 13 points of damage.
You do some massive damage to it, but it is still able to fly and drag Gary a little further around the room. Keith, Grunch, what are you doing?
Okay. So the Grunch has his dagger out. So, I mean, he walks up to it and he says, let's get rid of this thing so we can go to sleep. And he attacks it.
That's a good bit. I like how the Grunch just wants to get back to sleep.
That's his whole thing. That's in the backstory. It says that's his whole thing is to try to get Christmas back so he can go to sleep.
Get a good night's sleep, yes.
All right, so he tries to hit the sword that's carrying Gary around for 17.
You obliterated the sword. It is no longer fighting. It's half of it falls to the ground. The other half is still in Gary's hand.
Nope. Nice.
Hey, good fucking work, pal. I owe you one.
No problem.
Now, who the fuck put these swords at our doors?
Mine said Mark. Does you know a Mark?
Hey, I'm Tony. I don't know no Mark.
What's your name? Howdy.
Well, Tony.
That's funny.
So, if none of us knows Mark, do we know someone who does know Mark?
I don't know, but I'm gonna get my money back right now. Waking me up in the middle of the night. Who's with me?
He's gonna go carrying on this innkeeper. I don't appreciate these swords coming to my door in the middle of the night.
I want to speak to the manager.
So the Grunch says, I know who runs this place. Let's talk to Magnus. He'll know who Mark is.
Let's talk to Magnus.
What this say?
I take the card from him and say, oh, what did it say? I forgot. You've been a bad boy. Love, Mark. What did it say?
That's a
To the ungrateful.
Yes. It says,
Love, Mark.
to the ungrateful from Mark.
Okay.
Do you know Mark Exenman?
No. And then he picks up a piece of the sword and points to the runes. What's this say?
This is very much harder to read. Does anybody speak runes?
I don't. Let's see.
What would
I'm sure none of you-
What would that
I was
check
gonna
be?
say, what would that be?
Is it linguistics? Is it magic? Is it what?
It's actually would be linguistics.
I only speak common and goblin.
So it doesn't help.
9.
Yeah, and the Grunch doesn't have linguistics either, so he can't help.
So it's
Although-
unknown.
I do like. See, I didn't put this character together. That my languages are common and goblin, and it's. I don't know how well I'm doing with my accent, but it's German. So I like that goblin and German are synonymous.
Yeah. It's fitting.
Scary, though.
Mine are common and draconic.
I have catfolk, common, gnome, and goblin.
If any of you have knowledge arcana or knowledge history, you might want to try rolling that.
I know nothing.
The Grunch has knowledge arcana, so let's try that. Oh, a 27.
You can't read the runes directly, but you can see that they are in a sequence that allows it to fly
Okay. So
and come to life.
Okay.
so it's definitely, I can tell it's definitely magic.
Yes.
It's just some magic runes. They just put them in to attack us.
And none of these people that are sitting right in front of me, I notice at all. I don't recognize anything about them.
Describe yourselves.
Well,
I mean, the kobold, yes. You know what he looks like. And
right.
The Grunch.
So, yeah, okay. Well, I'm a human. I'm just a human. My name is Hans. Hans Bluber.
Oh, Hans Blue Balls.
And I'm wearing full plate armor, so I'm a paladin, and I was just trying to get some sleep. And you are, and I don't point to the kobold because we've not made introductions, but I'm not interested. I'm going to point to this little gentleman I think is from New York.
So he's not super little. I am. My name's Tony, and he's a gnome, and I'm about 5'5", and super good looking. Got a bit of a temper, and yeah, that's my guy.
So the group of you head downstairs to speak with Magnus. And as you make your way down the stairs, in the lobby, you see stockings that are filled with things with your name on it.
For me?
Yes, for you.
Did we get names?
He actually
Besides-
recognizes his name.
Hold on. I was going to say, did we get other names? Because I only got Tony and the Grunch. I don't got your name, Gary. It's Stripe.
Mm-hmm. Which, I don't know if I should go with Stripe, considering that's the character's name from Gremlins. So should I change it?
No, I go with it. It can't hurt.
Strip.
Strip. It'll be Strip. Not Stripe, Strip. All right. I need everybody to give me a D6 roll.
D6. 3.
3. So Stripe. When you reach into your stocking. I need you to give me a D4 roll. Now.
4. And to answer your question, Gary, no, he doesn't actually read his name. He just grabs a random one. 3.
Okay. You pull out a scimitar. It's called the Thawing Blade. It's made of copper. Does 1d6 slashing damage. It's very light. It's nice to the touch. It has a symbol of St. Nicholas on it. While holding the sword, you have resistance to cold damage. And in presence of elemental creatures, it sheds bright light. And when you draw this weapon, you can melt any non-magical ice within 30 feet of you.
Wait, you said in the presence of what?
Elementals?
In the presence of any elemental, it shines blue light.
That should be fun.
Yes.
Bright light, bright light.
All right. So, what did the Grunch get?
A 1.
A 1. You have a potion of healing.
Sweet.
And Hans?
Oh, 5.
A 5. Give me a D4 roll.
A D4. 4.
You have the chime of opening. It's a hollow metal tube. It measures a foot long, weighs 1 pound. You can strike it as an action, pointing at an object within 120 feet that can be opened, and with either a door or a lock. It issues a tone, and the object opens unless the sound can't reach the object.
How many uses do I get?
It has 10 uses.
Sweet.
And
Silver bells.
Tony, what do you have?
I got a 1.
You also get a potion of healing.
What the fuck? I got chipped.
Oh, you got a rock.
And a very jovial man comes over to you and says, "Oh, I didn't know you guys were going to have stockings here. That's pretty cool. Do you guys know each other?"
I have no idea who any of these people are, but they gave me this pipe bell, I guess, and a sword that attacked me. This is 2 stars. This hotel, 2 stars.
Oh, I don't know. We don't actually have things that attack you. I don't know about anything like that.
I slam the remaining hilt of the sword down on the table. I'm like, this goddamn thing woke me up and then started stabbing me.
Oh, that's not good.
It called all of us ungrateful.
What'd you do?
First of all, I did not come here to become victim blaming. I just wanted peace for the winter solstice.
It says Mark. I wonder if that's old superstitious Mark. He lives on Nick's Peak. He's crazy. He doesn't believe in St. Nicholas.
Oh,
So you don't know who St. Nicholas is? Little Exon man?
I do know who St. Nicholas is. I believe in him. And
I was talking to the Exon man over here. Stripe? Did you know St. Nicholas? No. Can you be telling him who St. Nicholas is?
St. Nicholas is he brings kindness and gifts to all the people of the world.
Well, I know why you got your sword.
Yeah. Mark's a crazy man. He wears like a deer on his head. It's really weird. Yeah.
So
Last time I saw him, he was definitely, constantly babbling on about some Frojack stuff.
Frojack. Is that like yogurt?
Not that I know of.
No, it was like frozen and jacked up.
Well, where is this Mark? You said he's at the Peak of Saints. What?
He's at Nick's Peak. It's the mountain outside of town.
So okay. So I'm going to return his swords to him, and maybe a little bit more. Would anyone like to join me?
can I hit something?
Oh, by all means, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, I got to give this guy a little piece of my mind.
Yes. Anybody that disturbs my sleeps deserves to get hit.
And then he just bops something upside the head because we're deterring his sleep.
Well, you can head on up to the mountain to talk with him, but be careful. He's a crazy man.
Yeah, that makes 2 of us.
Is there a sled outside with a little dog in front of it?
Or multiple dogs.
No, you begin your trek up the mountain, and it's great. Onwards, upwards, you march towards the peak, the town at your backs and the cold on your cheek. Your torchlight flickers this cold, gusty night, with flurries of snow obscuring your sight. The path ahead is bordered by fence. You march along, following it thence. The deeper snow slowing your tread, snowfall conceals your way ahead. The fence is gone, you're feeling lost. Ahead you see only frost. And you begin to make your way upwards, continuing up the mountainside until you arrive where the map is, and you see the cabin.
Just a cabin?
Well, the cabin is surrounded by snow, and the cabin is built snugly against the mountainside, so the back of the cabin is actually right up against the mountain. So on 3 sides, it is full of snow, but on the left side, you notice that there is a huge layer of ice.
Okay, but what if we were using cardinal directions?
If we're using cardinal directions, on the south side of the cabin, it's up against the mountain. On the west side is the sheet of ice. And the other 2 sides, the northern front side where you're approaching, is filled with snow, as well as the east side.
So, snow, ice.
Yes.
So is the ice so high that we have to dig through it?
It looks like the ice is a frozen layer over what appears to be a door to a cellar.
Okay, so ice has a door. From the piled up snow, can we see a window, maybe, or is everything covered?
There is a window. You can look in.
So I can walk up the bank and reach the window.
Yes.
Okay. So I want to shoot the glass. So I'm going to shoot the glass. See what happens.
Oh, we're just going to go straight in, guns blazing, huh?
Well,
as you approach the cabin, getting ready to shoot the glass, you notice that something rises out of the snow. It looks like somewhat of an abominable snow person, a yeti maybe, or a snow elemental.
Okay, but I'm going to make my glass. Right, job.
Look at this fucking guy.
And roll initiative.
Does that make my sword glow?
Yes, your sword definitely glows.
Oh, dang. I'm at a 9.
I got a 20.
I'm at 8.
The Grunch got a 5.
Okay, so Hans will start. The elemental goes second, and third will be Tony, followed by Keith, the Grunch. Okay, so Hans, this elemental has just popped up. What do?
I look over at it and see that it's fucking with my timetable. So
Yes.
I'm going to smash this glass. I'm going through with my plan. I'm smashing the glass.
Okay.
It's a glass. But I'm doing it with my heavy mace this time.
You're able to do it without a problem.
Okay.
And crash.
And then I just
the
yell
glass
back,
breaks.
"Forget him and come inside. Come in."
And as you're standing there, the snow elemental breathes on you.
He can't reach.
Give...
I'm way up high.
Yes, he can. And I'm going to need you to give me a reflex save.
Oh, okay. 23.
Aha!
I thought I was screwed.
You only take half damage. Get the damage. You take half, so you only get 5 points of cold damage.
Okay, so I take 5 points, and then since I can do this at will, I'm just gonna detect evil. Is this monster evil?
Yes. It has ill intent. It wants you dead.
Cool. So, if it matters, this thing is evil.
Tony, you're next.
Let's see. So I see the monster come up. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and he told us it's evil, so like, hey, blue balls, get out of here. So I'm gonna go over. Ooh, it's kind of far from me, huh?
Those are each 5-foot steps, so pretty far.
Yeah, I can't even make it all the way over to where he's at.
Do you have anything ranged?
No. Let me see. I'm not planning on any ranged attacks. No, I have club and my fists.
Okay.
So.
All right. Grunch.
Okay, so the Grunch is going to start doing like a fashion show, like he's in front of a mirror, and he's going to inspire courage. So it's going to be +1 to saving throws for charmed or feared, and you get a +1 attack on your attack and your damage rolls.
Okay.
All the while Horses starts playing.
What
So
will
it's-
I wear?
It's +1 to attack and what?
Attack and damage.
Okay.
Stripe, what are you doing?
Well, my new sword started glowing really bright in the presence of this elemental, and I have light sensitivity. So I will drop the sword, yelling, "Bright light, bright light, bright light!" and dive into the snow.
Okay.
Are you even going to Bugs Bunny it towards him, or you just hide?
We'll see.
Okay. Back to you, Hans. What are you doing?
I want to go in, but I'm not gonna go in because he just dropped his sword. And it's a valuable sword because it helps against elementals. Cold elementals. We all got that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to walk up, sigh, and pick up his sword so that I can use it if he's not going to use it.
Okay. The snow elemental is going to make its way over to Miles, or Tony, excuse me. And he's going to use his claws on him. But I'm sure a 6 misses.
Ooh, thank God.
So, Tony, what do you do?
Okay, this guy tried to flex on Tony, so yeah, he's gonna get it. He's going to go with a little bit of a what is it? Ooh, I gotta play John for a second here because this one guy. Do I want to go with flurry of blows or stunning fist?
And remember, get your bonus from me on
Ooh, yes.
all of those too.
All right, I think I'm going to go with flurry of blows. So it's a full round action. I gain extra attacks with my unarmed strike. So how many attacks do I get? 2, right?
Should be 2 at this level, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so my first one is a 24
Definitely a hit.
for 5 points of damage.
Okay.
And my second one is a 21
Again a hit.
for 6 points of damage.
Okay, you've done quite a lot of damage, but the elemental is still standing. Grunch, what are you doing?
Okay, so the Grunch is going to stop his fashion show, but he does have a lingering performance, so we still get the bonus for 2 more rounds. Okay, so he will pull out his light crossbow and shoot at the abominable snowman.
Okay,
For 17.
that is a hit.
Okay. For 6 points of damage.
You have killed this snow elemental.
God, I have to do everything around here.
Hey, look at this guy. Nice shot.
Thank you. Now let's go talk to Mark.
Well, before we do that, I'm going to talk to the Exenman, which is what I call Gary's character, Exenman, and ask, would you like me to take the light sword and you can have my noisy little door opener?
And he slowly peeks his head out of the snow. And just kind of shakes his head.
Okay, here you go. use it wisely, you can only use it 10 times per day.
What is it?
So what you do is you hit it like on the ground and it makes a noise and it opens locked doors. It doesn't glow, does it?
No. But
So,
this is... 'Twas the night before Nickmas, where ahead was a house, maybe Mark's cabin setting, with snow as its blouse. A light in the window, below all porch and stair, could be that old Mark made his residence there. The other windows were icy, no light was shed, while the doors on the porch filled your heart with dread. Lantern in your hand and the weapon in your strap, you see on the side a cellar door with an icy rap. The frost in the air makes your teeth start to chatter, and the fear in your heart makes it go pitter-patter. The house is before you. What do?
So I think he said that sword could melt ice, right?
I don't remember the stats on this sword because
I believe so. He said that you could melt ice, so we could use that to get into the cellar door.
You could.
So, could you real quick repeat the stats of it? I said melt ice, good against elementals, and what kind of sword was it?
It's called it's a scimitar. It's called the thawing blade. While you hold the sword, you have resistance to cold damage. In the presence of elemental creatures, the blade sheds bright light. When you draw the weapon, you can melt any non-magical ice within 30 feet of you.
Okay, so that's what I do. I put it in its little sheath. I walk up to the ice cellar door, and draw the blade.
And before you, the ice begins to melt and fall away. And the cellar door is there, locked.
Oh, he's so dramatic. He had to sheath it, and then you go up to it and unsheath it.
Well, it's because it said when you draw the blade. And then I lean over and talk to the Exenman. I say, Exenman, use the chime.
I'll beat my head with the thing.
Okay, you make it a chime, and the lock, it twists and turns, and the door, it opens.
Let's go inside.
Okay, so you'll come into here from the where this is facing, from the south side, into the room where the fireplace is. And you see a fire roaring in the fireplace. There's a set of fire pokers sitting on a stand next to it. There's a chair sitting there facing the fireplace and a rug in between the two. There's a set of drawers and a large table that appears to be a workstation. There's a large amount of clutter sitting atop the desks and the drawers that are here. It contains a full set of woodcarver's tools strewn about it with wood chippings. There's wooden figurines. There's wooden toys. And you see variations of the swords that you fought earlier on the table as well.
Was there a magical bonus to the scimitar?
It was not a magical one. It was just a scimitar.
How do you spell scimitar?
SCIMITAR.
ITAR.
My scimitar has our first name.
HOMER.
You also see a pair of boots sitting beside the chair.
Also, where am
looks
I?
like we're in the right place.
Am I on the map? Is somebody
You
on
gotta
top
drag
of me?
yourself onto the map.
I don't know where you're at.
I'm way over here.
Ah, there you are.
Okay. Boots by the fire.
Yeah, I start trying to break the swords that are on the table.
Are they ruined up?
They look like they have the beginnings of runes on them, but they're not complete. Some of the runes are just totally wrong.
So these are the practice swords?
Could be.
Look at him go. He's breaking
Yeah,
everything.
I was like, hey, look at this little guy.
And he easily breaks the sword. There's no problem doing that.
Stripe smash.
Hey, do another.
I take one and I throw it in the fire.
Well, this is all well and good. I think we should try and find Mark. We should try and find the bad man who sent the sword. And then...
So do we notice anything else like weird about the boots? Like, are they anything noticeable about them?
Are they boots with the fur?
They are boots with fur. They are somewhat wet, so they were apparently used recently.
Ooh, okay.
Do they look like boots that Santa Claus would wear?
No. They
Killer
actually
boots,
look
man.
way too small for a person's foot. A man's foot.
person's foot.
A man's foot. Just way too small.
A lady's foot?
Maybe a child.
A gnome? Troublesome gnome.
Either way, let's go find this little fucker.
Give me a perception roll.
All right.
9.
You will
9.
give him the perception roll.
27.
I said 9.
Much
21.
better perception roll.
22.
You notice some puddles of water leading from the boots to the door on the north side of the room you're in. Or, well, to the wall on the north side of the room. It is not a door.
To the window.
To the wall.
So to the... Okay. So like, hey, it looks like maybe hopped out of his boots and went that way. Look at this water. Fucking slob.
Water.
We go that way?
We
Yeah, let's go this way. So we'll head over there.
You said north, right?
Like this way?
You can't go through that. There is no door there.
Are these not
Door is
stairs right
this
here?
gray thing, right?
That gray thing is a wall.
Oh, well then.
Then what are the blue things?
The blue things
things
are
are
also
walls.
walls.
So what are these brown things?
That's the floor.
That's not stairs?
Yeah, but they're behind the wall.
Yeah, they're behind a wall.
Wait, if this is a wall and this is a wall and this is a floor.
Oh, I see. The footprints disappear at the wall.
Yes.
Okay. So looks like they end right here. So let's maybe we can open up this wall or something.
Is it another perception check to see if it's one of those hide walls?
Can we just get Stripe to just bust the wall?
You can try.
Just run at it like Kool-Aid Man.
Yeah.
Rah!
Do you want to do that? Hey,
I'm
little
gonna
man.
Try it.
You want to take this wall out?
So clear me a space, and I'll do a charge.
Oh, that means move. Hold on. I'm in the way.
All right, that's 10 feet. So I'll do a charge attack, and just throw myself at this wall.
Okay.
Natural 1.
Oh, no.
You slam against the wall and it hurts. You take...
You just Wile E. Coyote against this wall.
You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage to yourself.
I slowly fall to the ground, and then he just starts chuckling.
All right, so Hans is going to go over there, and he's going to hit it with a mace. Heavy mace versus door. 18.
You swing the mace, and just before the mace should hit the door, you feel it hit something else. And it's stopped. Dead.
Oh, great! It's a magical door. Can I cast detect magic on it to see what exactly it is right there?
Yes.
So this does seem like a job for Stripe with his little chime. His charm chime.
So you cast Detect Magic?
Yeah.
The door is warded, or what should be the door, is warded. That wall is warded.
Okay. God, there's a ward on this door.
Tony, you notice by the table that you're standing by, there is a small book in the chair, by the chair on the table. It looks like a journal.
Yeah, I'm going to pick it up and leaf through it.
This journal is handwritten. It's got entries for the past 2 years. The last entry says, "The visions were not wrong. I had thought that my hike up the mountain would be fruitless, but it seems the signs were true. I found Frojak's totem. With this, I will begin his work by wiping out the non-believers that I once gave gifts of merriment to. This Nickmas, when the sun rises, it will rise up on blood-stained snow."
Ooh. Hey guys, I found this wackadoo's diary. It's real crazy stuff in here about blood, snow, and I think this is going to be bigger than those swords.
Well, it's not going to do us any good if we can't get through any of these walls.
Let me see. Wall. See if it has anything about a wall in here.
Y'all give
What'd
me a
we do?
perception check. Give me a perception check.
The Grunch got a 15.
19 for Stripe.
25.
4.
Tony, while you were putting the journal back on the table, you notice there is a small slot on the fireplace that is open and out of place. It's to the side of the opening of the fireplace, and it's just a small slot.
And it looks like the book goes in. What does it look like? Something goes in there?
Looks like something goes in there. Not big enough to be a book, though.
Okay.
Something smaller.
Like, hey, look at this. We got a little some little slot here. Looks like something. I don't know if this has anything to do with the wall, but
Put your hand in
check
it.
this out.
Put your hand in it. Like Dune. Fear's the mind killer.
And the fire is the toe killer. No.
So it looks like there's anything in this room that fits in that spot.
Yeah, I'd say, can I stick one of the swords in there or something?
Something small enough like a sword or a poker, a fire poker would work.
Oh. All right, well, I'm going to take one of the fire pokers and poke it on in there.
When you do, Stripe notices that the ward on the wall stops, and the wall moved.
Wall move.
So we go, right?
Let's go.
Hans is going to take the lead. Oh, Hans shouldn't have taken the lead.
Inside of this room, you see stacks of wood, a branchless tree / altar. There's a desk and a chair with paper, ink, and a quill, and there's a person, or what looks like a person, sitting there writing. He's got antlers on his head.
Oh, it's this guy.
He looks up at you and he stands up. And you notice that his legs are hooves. And he says, "You have come to learn about Frojak. I am here to teach you."
Okay. So is the branchless tree? Can I tell what metal if it's made of metal or not?
It's made of wood.
Okay, so this isn't Festivus.
Yes.
I take one step forward to let more people into the room and say, "What can you teach me about this? About Frojak?" Also, I detect evil.
Yes. Evil. You detect evil on the branchless tree sitting on the desk. and
not-
the man as well.
Okay. Is this like a satyr, or is it just a dude that is
He
just
is
wearing
in
a
the
deer?
He's in the process of becoming a satyr.
Okay. So can you play the pan flute?
Yes, and I can do much, much more. Will you
What?
join me in making Frojak the leader he should be in taking over this world?
So who is Frojak exactly?
Frojak lives. Frojak wants to make ice and snow everywhere.
Okay, he's an elemental.
Elementals are so basic. This is so much more than that.
Well,
Hey, bro, I gotta say, I ain't a fan of the snow. I'll be honest. What? Just got one question for you. You know anything about these flying swords?
Those are gifts for all the people who are mean and so ungrateful. And you notice
who-
that there's a
these-
sheen of ice appearing over Mark's body.
So these things are all
Mark's
over town.
Hold on. Wait. Okay, no, this is Mark. This is
Yes.
Mark. Okay.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Do you really think you would have a chance against us, Mr. Cowboy?
Yippee!
Come out to the coast. You'll have a few We'll have a few laughs.
So dude is icing up.
Yes.
Is the sword glowing?
That's what I was going to check.
The sword is not glowing.
Okay.
But he is icing up. And
Yes.
okay.
Because you need the glow. You got the glow.
Okay. So I'm going to draw the sword slowly and stealthily. Can I do that?
As you reach for your sword,
Like, I have a shield too, so I could just put the shield up where the sword is and just like. Would that be like a stealth check or?
you could try stealth to see if you can stealthily stealthily remove your sword.
No, I can't because I don't have that skill. Oh wait, no. Yes, I
figured.
do. I do. It's just a -5.
Give it a shot. It might work.
So not stealthy at all.
I mean, it's paladin with full plate.
Not
Not
say that full
stealthy.
armor will do that to you.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know what? I'm not gonna pull out my sword in the middle of this room right now. I'm just gonna try. I mean, we got to keep them talking, I think. And I'm out of things to talk about right now. Tony,
Talking.
you got anything?
Talking is not Stripe's strong suit.
Like, hey, so tell me a little bit more about this. Why these swords? How many of them you think you got going?
I have enough. They're easy to make now that I know the actual right combination. It was a learning experience, but now we have it. We know.
Oh, that's
So
pretty
it was
good.
a
Oh,
real,
it's,
yeah. It was a real I before E, except after C with the runes.
Totally.
What?
It's a reading joke. You wouldn't get it.
Oh.
I love your try.
So, will you join me in
What, do I
destroying
have to-
all this world?
Oh, and destroying all the world. Well, about that. I live in it and I don't want it destroyed. So that's a hard pass for me.
Initiative, please.
But can we destroy some of it?
Yes, we can destroy this part.
Okay.
Oh, I was looking for my dice. I forgot I was rolling in the sheet.
18.
19.
Tony got an 18.
17.
Hans got a 19.
The Grunch also got a 19.
Ooh,
I
who
have
has
a
the better?
+1 initiative.
I have +2.
Grunch goes first. what did Stripe get?
17.
Okay. All right. So, the Grunch gets to go first.
Okay. So the Grunch instantly just starts breakdancing. And he's going to, again, inspire courage to give everybody +1 on fear and charm, and +1 on your attacks and your damage. What are you doing? It's a distraction.
It works. It works. All right. Hans, what are you doing?
I am, as a swift action, I'm going to go ahead and... Can I do this as swift action? Swift on self. Channel positive energy. I'm going to lay on hands on myself in the middle of combat. But it doesn't have a dice, so I don't know how that would work.
What does it say?
Okay, by second level... Oh, it's 1d6 hit points of damage. So, let's see what 1d6 of damage 1d6 does. Roll it in here. So I'm gonna heal myself for 4 real quick, and then I'm gonna go ahead and attack after I do that. Because I didn't know how to add a weapon in this hero lab, I added it over here. And with that, oh, gross. An 8 to attack?
That is not a good attack. Nothing happens.
Okay, but this is the scimitar, so do I break his ice?
No, this is magic.
I thought it was magic ice I can break.
No, you can
No,
break
it's
any ice
non-magic.
that is non-magical.
Non-magic ice, got it.
So, Tony.
All right, Tony's gonna 5-foot step up to this guy, and let's see. He's going to try to deliver a stunning fist.
Okay.
So I roll just the regular unarmed strike, basically, and then if it hits, then you have to beat the DC, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to roll, and we get a 24.
That is a successful hit.
Ooh, all right. DC
But-
14.
Hold on. As you do that, when you strike him, you are suddenly hit with cold damage. You take 4 points of cold damage.
And what the hell? This guy's colder than a witch's titty.
Okay, so, and your damage is, and I have to do a fortitude save?
Yes. And the damage I rolled was 6, by the way.
Okay,
DC 14 is the...
let me see what his fortitude is. Okay. Jack rolled a 14 for fortitude save. What was the target?
14.
Okay, so he saves. You notice that the ice sheen that had developed around him crumbles to the ground.
Ooh. Not so
That was
icy.
easier than I thought, yeah.
Knocked the ice right off of this bastard.
Okay. Stripe, what do you do?
Stripe is going to run up to this space to his west. He would technically provoke by doing that if he has a melee weapon.
He does. He has an axe in his hand.
So he does provoke as he gets there, so feel free to run that. Roll that.
He rolls a 21
21 hits.
for 4 points of slashing damage.
Okay. as he is running, as a free action, he is going to rage. And then he is going to swing his great axe.
Remember the bonuses.
Mm-hmm. I've got them all added in here. That is a 26 to hit.
Definitely a hit.
For 15 points of slashing damage.
Ouch. You do some
And-
damage.
Because he is raging, his rage power is Animal Fury, so he gains a bite attack while he's raging.
Ooh, he's going to need to use it.
He's going to bite him too. And that is a 23 to hit.
Definitely a hit.
For another 12 points of bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage.
Okay. He's taking the damage.
And an ice sheen grows over his body. And he then slams his horns into Stripe. That's a crit hit, 26.
Bro, confirm.
It probably does not because he rolled a 12.
That does not.
So the damage is 9 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
He then does a hand axe attack to Strike. Again with a critical hit. That's a 27.
Good lord.
Jesus' birthday. What's going on?
This guy hates kobolds.
Apparently.
Unfortunately for this kobold, I think he got a crit on his second, which is a 23 on his next attack.
Yep, that's a critical.
So
What type of weapon?
this is a hand axe, so it's slashing.
Slashing. Good lord. Okay, it's not so bad. Triple damage, but all damage is non-lethal.
Okay. The damage is a 6, so it's 18. Okay, I'm back. So, is Stripe still alive?
Yes.
Okay, cool. That is Mark's turn. However, now we get to some fun stuff. He points his finger at Hans, and there is 4 5-foot blocks of ice surround Hans.
Where? We're in a tight fit.
Yes, it's on either side of you. You're in a 5-foot ice cell.
I'm in a prison, and it's magical
Yes.
ice.
Yes. Grunch, what do you do?
Well, the Grunch will stop dancing, but we still get the extra 2 rounds. And as a swift action, he's gonna cast Arcane Strike, which gives him +1 damage, and makes his light crossbow magical to reduce damage reduction, or to bypass damage reduction. And he will take out his crossbow and try to shoot Mark.
Okay.
22.
It's a hit.
Okay. For 5 points of damage. Magical damage.
Your arrow hits Mark, and you notice the ice sheen collapses and falls to the ground with the bolt.
Get him while his ice is down.
Hans, what do you do?
The only
In
thing
your
I
nice,
can
neat
do
little cell.
is attack the cell, but as my move action, I'm going to draw my my mace because it's heavier. It's got that heft to it. and attack myself.
Okay.
Does 12 do anything to it? It's ice, so it doesn't have a high AC?
It's unfortunately thick ice. It does have a high AC. You need to roll just a little higher in order to do damage, but you're getting there.
Did I chip any of it off?
You did chip some, yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's all I can do. I'm stuck behind this wall of ice. And I only have one attack, so that's all I can do.
Tony, what do you
It's
do?
only 5 foot tall. You could probably climb out of it, couldn't you?
No, I'm in plate armor. You know what my
And it's got a pair
climb
of
bonus
heights.
is? I got a -3 climb bonus.
I mean, you can see over it.
Let's just wave my mace over the top, hoping to hit.
He
Rudolph
might
over
fall
there?
off the ice and,
Yeah.
fall into Nakatomi Plaza. So what does Tony do?
Tony felt like he got a pretty good lick on this guy last time, so he wants to try the stunning fist again.
Okay.
So he's gonna 23.
That is a hit.
All right, for 5 points of damage and DC 14.
Ooh, I think you got him.
Dead?
No, not dead.
Oh.
Just stun.
You have stunned him. He only got an 11.
Does ice take
He is
concentration?
Yes, it does, actually. Well,
Sweet.
actually, no, this ice doesn't. That's lair ice.
Boo.
So he's stunned for 1 round.
He's stunned
So
for
he drops
1 round.
anything he's holding, and he can't take any actions, and he loses all dexterity bonuses and a -2 penalty to AC.
Okay.
And did you do your +1 to your attack? Or your damage?
Oh, my damage? No, I didn't.
So we'll add 1 more to his damage. He's still standing, though. Strike. What do you do?
Going for the old great axe and bite while I'm still raging.
Go, Raging Cajun.
It's a 19 to hit.
That is a hit.
For 17 points of damage. And then the bite.
You don't need to do because that takes Mark down to the ground. He falls to a clump into the ground. And as he does, you notice that his legs return to normal human form.
Doesn't mean I don't still bite him.
This little guy's a maniac. I love it.
And the ice around Hans melts away.
And so Tony's gonna kick him while he's down. Hans, and he's like, fucking jabroni.
You can now take the Frojack. The totem.
So, okay, so we get the Frojack totem. Who wants it?
Ooh, me.
Okay, there you go.
What is this?
Stripe,
It's just-
it calls to you. It wants you. You're my friend. I will make you great. You will.
And I'm going to pick that up from him and say,
Hans, you are my friend. I will make you great. This is the best thing that has ever happened between us.
I'm just going to hold it. It's I don't think that
You
A
love this piece of
totem-
wood?
a totem that can manipulate your mind. I don't think that the barbarian should have.
Why?
Should we destroy it?
It'll try and make you eat your vegetables.
What vegetables?
Exactly. Ugh. I don't know what kobolds don't like to eat.
I mean, they're lizard people, so they eat lizard
I said
foods.
vegetables like you were a toddler.
Yeah.
Well, you have managed to save the world by taking the totem, by getting rid of Mark and taking the totem. The totem does have some interesting abilities. It has several charges that can be used to cast spells such as Ice Knife, Snowball Storm, Sleet Storm, and what else? But it also calls to you. It wants you. It wants to corrupt you. And it wants to change you into a satyr.
So I
No thanks.
Well,
I
I'm
like my toes.
do. Well, I mean, satyrs are after goats, right? So you'll have at least 2 toes. I'm going to walk over to the fireplace and bloop.
No! It yells as it's going and burning away.
All
You
right,
have
I
saved
didn't
the
have to make
world.
any saves, right? It didn't
No.
try and eat my brain,
haven't-
right?
You have not attuned to it yet. The longer you hold it, the more it becomes irresistible to you.
Okay. Well, now that is done,
Oh, Mr. Frodo.
who wants to go back to the inn and put this whole night behind them?
Can I burn this place down?
Maybe. Well, you know what? Let's take a look around real quick. I think there's a conference room next door. Is there anything in this building that we'll find interesting?
There's several items that you can find that can be sold for money. You can gain gold that way. But other than the totem itself, there is nothing else of magic that you could find.
Yeah. So we were just here to stop Nick, basically. Or
Yes.
yeah, or Mark, excuse me.
Mark. Yeah.
Yes. And
Are there
Saint
any
Nicholas
Mogwai?
is quite heavy. No.
But we don't have to save. He's not like tied up in the basement, right?
No.
Okay. So we will get back to our hotel. We will sleep. We will part ways, and we will never speak of this again.
This is what I get for coming out of my cave.
Well, now you can go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Finally.
Right, the man.
Peace and quiet.
I find Mogwai.
Oh, you're gonna go after Gizmo now?
Yes.
Gizmo
Do
Kaka?
whatever you... This is one crazy Mama Luke.
Mama Luke.
Yes, 'twas the night before Nickmas, and listeners, we wish you a happy holiday.
Yeah, happy holidays.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Yeah. Oh, I fell down.